Hi Mini Kit Monday friends. I'm working on layout number 2 for Mini Kit Monday, and I went on Pinterest just now and I found this sketch that I'm kind of feeling. So I'm going to loosely go over off of that. Who knows if it'll look like it or not when I'm done. But let's see, it says it's from organization.lifecreatemy.com. I'll just leave it up there for a second if you want to see what it said or what it says it's from. I have no idea. I don't have it pinned. I just like the sketch. So I'll leave it right there while I'm crafting. I'm going to use this piece of paper from Echo Park OSNAP called OSNAP Journaling Cards. That is the back side of it. And I already have another set of those journaling cards here. So I'm going to use that. This photo I'm going to use is just a snap of my daughter and one of her friends. They're driving along and it's cute. She's doing a big old kissy face. So I'm going to do that. And that's my whole plan so far. So I'm going to take you along with me and see where this ends up. Here we go. So I love this background paper. It's kind of like a burlap type color. It's you know, like that tan with that slight tinge of pea green. So it's one of those colors I just absolutely love. Actually, my family room is painted in that color. Funny enough. Okay, big digression on the color. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and put this nice band of striped paper, kind of like in the rule of thirds, you know, 2/3 down the paper-ish. And it's one of those kind of things, like if it was right in the center, I don't think that visually it would please the eye quite as much. Now, you know, I'm going ahead and kind of using this sketch, and it is really just for inspiration. And for the most part, that's how I do use sketches and scrap lists and all that. It's a nice jumping off point. And quite frankly, most of scrapbooking is just something that somebody learned from somebody who learned from somebody. So it's one of those community craft sharing things. I am loving the look of this camera paper that is in this collection pack, and I'm telling you, I'm going to find a way to get some of it on every layout that I do this month. It is, well, you know, it has all the colors that are in the collection, but there's just something about these vintage cameras that make me ever so happy. So I'm using this ink pad. It's a, what is it? Is it Simon Hurley ink pad, and the color is Woof. It's just a really nice, what I would call an elephant gray. It's a slightly warm gray, and it's not like a deep charcoal, so it gives you like more of a shadow effect, and I'm really enjoying using it. I picked it up a while ago, never used it, and now I am. So now I'm going to go ahead and ink a bunch of my pieces so that there's just that little bit of separation between these bold patterns. And I'm going to audition a bunch of the pieces that are in my kit. What you see right there on the left, that's the cut apart sheet for this collection. And I'm normally not so great at using the cut aparts, but for some reason I've really invested my intentions, does that make sense? In using as much of this collection kit as I can, pretty much because I don't want to put a bunch of stuff back into my stash. And I am going to add a bunch of these little cut apart sheets. I think that they're so cute. I mean, this photo I'm doing is not necessarily like anything seriously. It is just a snapshot. That's why I did "Oh Snap" on there. I thought it was hilarious. And then that film strip piece, I don't know if I showed you down below. I did go ahead and fishtail that as well. So I'm going to create a little cluster right there, pretty much because I want to use that really nice large coral camera. I love that thing. So I'm going to use one of these pieces from the cut apart sheet to create a little shelf. I did put that, what is it, the reality little cut apart piece that's below Oh Snap. I put that on a little bit of fun foam just so I have it popped up and it'll give a little dimension. The coral camera piece is also up on a little bit of fun foam. I don't believe you saw that. So I'm using these great thickers. They have kind of a matte background, but the overall feel, I mean, they do though where they kind of read as a solid in that light pea green color. So I went ahead and used my Aleene's Tacky Glue. That's my liquid adhesive of choice. To put my chipboard thickers down, you know how those little suckers don't like to stay put. And I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of the the ink that I have, just on the sticker as well, it looked like it just needed a little bit, like it was just a little bit too clean when everything else had those little inky edges. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same on these little stars and extra little bits that I'm putting on now. So I'm going to go through this little bin that I put together for my color drawers when I was doing the kit and see what little pieces might work. I like the pops of black on these little chipboard circles, so I'm going to see if those will work. And before I go much further, I wanted to remind you guys that I have the links below for the Mini Kit Monday Design Team ladies. You can see what they came up with this week for their inspiration stuff. And what else was I going to say? Oh, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. I will answer them as soon as I can. I usually answer the same day or within 24 hours, that kind of thing. And oh, if you want to be notified when my next video goes up, go ahead and hit the little notification button. And yeah, that's it. Back to the layout. All right, so back to this. I have these gorgeous One Canoe 2 wood veneer pieces. I love them. I picked them up at Tuesday morning, and they are in a much darker saturation wood color than what you normally see in wood veneer, so I've enjoyed playing along with them. And some have sayings, some have like there's bicycles and flowers and all kinds of stuff like that. So I like those little guys. This is a little freckled fawn, little tiny camera piece that I've had kicking around in my stash forever. I think those came from one of the Black Friday warehouse sales a couple years back. I didn't get any freckled fawn this year, so it was either 2 or 3 years ago. So clearly it was time to get it used. Now this is this really nice trim. It's kind of like burlap, but it's in flowers, and it's adhesive backed, so it's easy to use, easy to cut, all that kind of stuff. So this is one of those things. It's a really nice textural element to put on a page. I went ahead and put my daughter's name down in those cute little wood stickers that you see there. I'm pressing them down, hoping that they'll cooperate and stay put. Her name is Ryan, so that is also working with that wood grain color. It's kind of bringing that color around the page a bit. I was looking to see if the stars would work, and I also have these adorable little tiny word stickers. I think they're Simple Stories stickers. I just have this little stack of tiny word stickers, and they don't always have, the packaging doesn't always stay put with them. So I'm going to go ahead and ink them up just a little bit so that they kind of go with what's in the rest of the kit, and I wanted that to look a little bit more layered, so I stuck a tiny bit of it underneath that acetate arrow piece. Oh, and for anybody who is new here, yes, that is a bulldog snoring in the background. I cannot get a voiceover done without Mason laying next to me and getting his little nap on. So a lot of times people ask, and yes, that is what it is. So a little bit more of the tiny word sentiments, and I'm also going to be looking at those really nice Illustrated Faith epoxy hexagons. I did end up taking that wood veneer piece off. It just wasn't working at this point for me, and I love them, so it's kind of funny. I'm sprinkling these nice dark hexagons around the page. Now these are gorgeous. They have white, there's a charcoal, it goes into navy and black. So they are definitely one of those things that are so cool and usable on a lot of different layouts. You know, I like when there's multicolored things so you can get more than like a one layout kind of thing on them. So yeah, very cool stuff. Alrighty, so they are on, and I think they are beautiful. I'm going to take a look at these My Mind's Eye. Well, you see them on the left. I had the My Mind's Eye blush collection out, and I have no idea where these little dots came from. I have a bunch of like out of the packaged enamel dots that I'm trying to work through, but they're beautiful and lovely, and they will work just fine. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of mist in this. It's Tattered Angels Black Magic. Yes, that's the mist. And it's a little difficult to make it flick nicely. You know how like you have some, like the Heidi Swapp Color Shine, you can get really great splatty bits. This one actually makes you work a little hard. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of a close-up on this. fun, simple layout with lots of texture and different kinds of elements to bring your eye around it. I've got fabric and epoxy and puffy bits and all that kind of stuff. So it's awesome. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye, friends.